Okay students, today we will discuss photoelectric effect. Now the experimental setup for studying photoelectric effect is as follows. So we have a glass tube with window W as shown in this figure. There is a metallic plate C, we call this plate cathode. Another metallic plate A, we call this anode. Now C is connected to negative of battery through a key, and A is connected to positive of a battery, and there is a microammeter connected in series, and also there is a voltmeter connected across plate C and A to measure the potential difference between plate C and A. Now C is metallic cathode, A is metallic anode, W is quartz window. So as we plug in the key, the ultraviolet rays from source enter through the window and they incident on plate C. When these ultraviolet rays incident on C, electrons will be ejected from plate C. These electrons are called as photoelectrons, and these photoelectrons will travel from plate C to plate A under the influence of electric field between plate A and plate C. So these dots, purple dots shows the photoelectrons. Now since plate C is connected to negative of battery and plate A is connected to positive of battery, the plate A will attract negatively charged electrons towards itself and electrons will flow from plate C to plate A. So the flow of electron from C to A, or we can say the flow of photoelectrons from plate C to plate A, is called as photoelectric current. So here the glass tube will transmit only visible and infrared lights. It will not transmit ultraviolet light. Therefore we use quartz window for transmission of ultraviolet light. So we can say that when light of suitable frequency falls on metallic cathode, photoelectrons are emitted, and these photoelectrons are attracted towards the positive anode, and hence photoelectric current is constituted. Now the effect of incident light on photoelectric current. So to study the effect of incident light, intensity of incident light on photoelectric current, we have to make a plot. On x-axis we will take intensity, on y-axis we will take photoelectric current, and when we plot between these two, we will get a straight line. So we can say that for fixed frequency, the photoelectric current increases linearly with increase in intensity of incident light. Now the effect of potential on photoelectric current. For this we have to make a plot between potential of plate A on x-axis and photoelectric current on y-axis. So we will get this kind of shape when we plot the graph between potential of A and photoelectric current. So this first line shows the plot between V and photoelectric current for intensity I1, and this second is showing the photoelectric current for intensity I2, and here the intensity I2 is greater than intensity I1. So now we can say that for a fixed frequency, and intensity of incident light, the photoelectric current increases with increase in positive potential applied across the anode. So when all the photoelectrons reach the plate A, current becomes maximum and is known as saturation current. So if we extrapolate this curve in backward direction, it will meet x-axis, or we can say it will meet negative x-axis at point Vs. This point is called as stopping potential. So when the potential is decreased, the current decreases but does not become zero at zero potential. As you can see in this diagram also, in this graph also, that at zero potential there is some small amount of current present. Current will not become zero at zero potential. This shows that even in the absence of accelerating potential, a few electrons, or we can say a few photoelectrons, manage to reach the plate on their own due to their kinetic energy. So even if we have not applied any potential, some electrons still can reach the plate A because of their kinetic energy. So when negative potential is applied to the plate A with respect to C, the photoelectric current becomes zero at a particular value of negative potential, and this potential is called as stopping potential or cut-off potential. So intensity of incident light does not affect stopping potential. Now the effect of frequency of incident light on photoelectric current. For a fixed intensity of incident light, the photoelectric current does not depend on frequency of incident light, because the photoelectric current simply depends on number of photoelectrons emitted and in turn on the number of photons incident and not on the energy of photons. So the energy of photoelectrons depends upon the frequency of incident light. Now the effect of frequency of incident light on stopping potential. For this we have to again make a plot between potential. We will take potential of plate A on x-axis and photoelectric current on y-axis. We will get this kind of shape when we make a plot. So you can see this plot for two different frequencies, nu1 and nu2, and frequency nu2 is greater than nu1. So from this plot it is clear that for both the frequencies saturation current is same, but stopping potential is different. For smaller frequency stopping potential is less, for higher frequency stopping potential is higher. So we can say that for a fixed intensity of incident light, the photoelectric current increases and is saturated with increase in positive potential applied to the anode. However, the saturation current is same for different frequencies of incident light. So we can say when potential is decreased and taken below zero, the photoelectric current decreases to zero, but at different stopping potentials for different frequencies. So we can conclude that higher the frequency, higher the stopping potential, or we can say stopping potential is directly proportional to frequency.